with me in sunny España. Look at this beautiful sun rays coming in. And I'm jumping on live right now to answer some Q&A questions that I put up on my story, because I want to be giving to you guys as much as possible right now, because the world is such a crazy fucking place, as we all know. And it is this wisdom that I share on my accounts that has grounded me in such deep trust and strength and love and connection for myself and for this life. I don't need to give a fuck about the instability and chaos of the external world, because I've got myself on such a deep level, and I love myself on such a deep level, and the trust that I have in the goddess and the divine and God and the universe and nature on such a deep level is so strongly rooted in deep trust and love and strength and freedom, and a capacity to see the bigger picture, because I'm connected to the cyclical nature of my own body, and therefore I can see the cyclical nature in the collective and what we are going through with this upgrade in consciousness that we are seeing our collective consciousness move through. So Althea and I are also going to go live tonight at 7 p.m. European South African time to pull through some light language codes for you guys. So come join live or go watch the replay if you're watching this after Tuesday. Today is the 10th, I think. Yeah, 10th of June 2025. So first question is best way to cleanse your womb space from previous lovers. I love this question, okay? This is a really important fact that we need to realize, that every time we engage sexually with someone, we, especially as the woman, absorb some of their energy. It is a DNA exchange, it is a fluid exchange, is it an energetic exchange, especially as the woman, because we have the womb and we hold that receptive portal, so we receive more than we give. And so it's really important that we do physical rituals and processes and practices and routines that are going to help cleanse our womb space of the energies of past lovers. So one of my favorite ways to do this is through a physical process of yoni steaming. This is like a sauna for your vagina. You get some herbs. There are so many different herbs that you can use. Otherwise, you can buy a pre-made mix from health and wellness stores sometimes, or spiritual shops. And you boil it up, make some tea with it, and then you squat and make a blanket fort around your waist, and you squat over the steaming hot tea herbs for about 20 to 30 minutes, and you meditate while you do that. You breathe into your womb, and you just focus on your intention for that process, for that experience. We can use yoni steaming for so many different things, and it has so many different benefits, including releasing tension, helping with cramps, helping to balance hormones. But we can use it for this physical purging, cleansing process, that cathartic process. Another way we can do this is by doing rituals on the full moon. Full moons are always about release. So I like to, write out the names of the ex-lovers and write them all out on little pieces of paper, and then one by one pick them up, look at it, imagine this person, and just imagine the connection cutting, clearing. You can imagine scissors with your hand, or a knife, or a sword in your hand. You can use just an energetic visualization of that just cutting through. If you have crystals like selenite or black onyx, I think it is, tourmaline, black tourmaline, any black crystal you can use to cut that cord. Like, imagine it, visualize it, feel it, sense it. Whatever works best for you, meditate on it, and do that for every single lover. And then once you've done that, you take the piece of paper and you burn it in the candle. And then you can do is take the ash. Every time you do a burn release ritual, you can take that ash and you take it one step further and you put it into the earth. To help ask the earth to help you transmute it on an even deeper level. So we're working with all the elements pretty much in this process. You can also do rituals with your menstrual blood. So you can take I like to collect my menstrual blood with a moon cup, or if you use reusable pads, you can soak them in water, wring them out, and then you take this blood water and you hold in the jar and you hold it and meditate with it in front of your womb space, and then you can just hold it there and visualize the energy moving from your body into the liquid, into the blood, into the jar, and the energy of this person, feeling it and feeling their presence, and then feeling it with your breath. Breathe it out into this jar, and then you give the blood jar to the earth as well. And then just some deep energetic breathing, breath work, kundalini work, energetic work, just working with the intention, right? Intention is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. And so nothing can stay in your energy field unless you allow it to stay there. So being very aware and intentional with every time you do a ritual and focusing on what you are releasing. And if you are focusing on releasing lovers, then be very aware of, like, that's the process, and can you cut that cord with love and compassion, and may all both beings go in love, and no resentment, no bad vibes, just cutting and releasing, and just really like commanding that energy to leave. So those are the things you can do on an energetic, emotional, spiritual level. We do have to be aware that tantric science does say that the energy of a lover who you connect with in unprotected sex can stay up with you for up to 7 months if he doesn't come inside of you. So I think that's just the fluid exchange of, kissing and mouths and whatever. But if he does come inside of you, then that energy can take up to 7 years to release and to transmute, right? So that's really something important to be aware of. And that's one of the reasons why I don't let men do that anymore when I engage with them, because for me that's very sacred. And when I learned about this wisdom, it made me realize that's why a past breakup was so much more painful than it needed to be, because of that deep cutting of that connection that was there. But I'll speak about that in another video. So yeah, I don't let men do that anymore. Only my future baby daddy is going to do that when I decide to have children. Okay. Next question. And maybe that's something you want to think about as well. So using all of that information as you will, to whatever extent you want to. The next question is, how can I become the most beautiful version of myself? Okay. So, hello. Thank you for joining. Doing a Q&A. Feel free to drop some questions. Even if you are watching the replay, drop questions in the comments and I will answer it on next week's Tuesday live. Okay, how can I become the most beautiful version of myself? I love this question because beauty is only skin deep, right? True beauty comes from deep within. True beauty is a byproduct of you circulating your life force, of you being in your most vital, healthy state of body. So your body will be beautiful when you are the most healthy you've ever been. So health is the number one priority. Eating well, sleeping well, hormones, balancing, food, self-care, self-love, all part of that health, right? The physical health, the biological health, the mental health, the emotional health. Beautiful faces are a byproduct of thinking beautiful thoughts as well. So making sure your thoughts, your actions, your words, your beliefs are all in alignment with the highest truth of love. Okay? Speaking beautifully to yourself, speaking kindly to yourself. Speaking to yourself with love, okay? It's also about circulating your sexual energy, like I said. So doing womb work, doing kundalini, doing breath work, doing meditation, doing exercise to circulate energy, circulate lymph, circulate blood flow. making sure, you know, your liver is functioning properly, your gut is functioning properly, your gut biome, your gut health is working well, your liver is processing and detoxing and purging everything that you don't need. Make sure you're going to the bathroom regularly, make sure you're drinking enough water, and yeah, just on an energetic level, like connecting more with your feminine energy is a huge one for women. Our feminine energy is what makes us beautiful. It is what makes us shine and blossom and become radiant. Clearing your heart of trauma so that you can open up your heart space. I truly feel like we shine from our hearts. And our heart energy, our love, is what makes us beautiful. And that shines through the smile, through the energy that we come into a room with. It's that heart-womb connection as well. So connecting the heart and womb, meditating with your heart and womb, loving up on your body. It all starts with self-love, really. Health and self-love. Those are my two number ones. Okay, and then the last question, the third question, is best tips for hormone balancing. So yeah, pretty much everything I've mentioned in this video, but also staying away from chemicals, deodorants, in creams, fragrances, trying to have as little products as possible, and then the products that you do use are all natural ingredient based. No cheap perfumes, chemicals, propanes, phthalates, any of that shit. Every time it says parfum or fragrance in a cosmetic product, you know that those are chemicals that you do not want in your body. Those are endocrine disruptors, as well as living a clean lifestyle as much as possible. Health and focusing on living healthy and well, health and wellness, holistic health and wellness being your top priority. Being in connection with your womb and your feminine energy, living cyclically, resting is a huge one, working in accordance to your cycle, exercising, eating right for your cycle. Another one that I've learned about recently is wearing non-synthetic clothes, so natural fiber clothing. Says me in this polyester top. That's not one that I do really so much, but I know a lot of research is coming out about this. Grounding, getting your feet connected to the grass, to the earth, discharging, not being on your phone too late at night, avoiding blue lights. Those are a few that you can go implement into your life right now. And if you want more information, more science balanced with the holistic wisdom, I have a hour-and-a-half masterclass that you can purchase off my Sync and Flow /shop page, syncandflow.com/shop. It's also in my link in bio. There is a hormonal harmony masterclass that you can go purchase and watch and keep as your little resource of understanding hormones from top to bottom. And there's some amazing practical applications. I cover everything in that masterclass, so go check that out if you want more depth. Otherwise, I will see you next time for next week's Q&A. And like I said, if you have questions, drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, send me a DM or look out for the question Q&A box on my stories every single Tuesday. We're going to be doing this. Ciao, babies. Mwah.